So the 2025 summer is coming to an end. And this is either the time where you've actually got in shape for the summer and maintained it, or you've went another year, another summer of staying the same old self. But not to worry, we're in August now, so the great lock-in that everyone always does from August up until December is now upon us. So if you're in a position now where you still have flabs, you want to get to abs by the end of 2025, this is the video for you, okay? So today I'm going to walk you through how my client Adrian went from 25% body fat to getting abs for the first time, okay? I'm going to give you the ins and outs, the setup, how we done it, when we made changes in order to drive progress, and the mindset you need to actually carry out a transformation like this. Like, this is a very impressive transformation from Adrian. So Adrian was 180 pounds to start off, coming in at around 25% body fat. 25%, maybe just a bit over. So what we done straight off the jump, we looked up a calorie calculator. So you can get any calorie calculator online. We got his maintenance and we subtracted 3 to 400. I think Adrian was, before we started, he was eating 2,800 calories a day, so I just dropped that straight away by 400 calories, okay? Again, we're aiming for that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, because as we're in a deficit, we want that protein there to keep his hunger in a good position, but also to build and maintain muscle during this phase, okay? We went straight in. Adrian was doing like 8,000 steps a day, so I just increased that straight away to 12k steps, get him moving, get the body active, and get it primed for really shifting some of this body fat. Because we didn't want to dilly-dally, we want to get the body fat off quick enough, okay? So he's already doing 8k, so we just bumped that up to 12k because he was well able for it. Then we started him off on 5 15-minute cardio sessions, low intensity, steady state. So with Adrian, I gave him 2 options. I either told him to use an incline treadmill, doing a brisk walk, working within the heart rate zone of between 130 to 150 beats per minute. We didn't want to go any higher than that because we didn't want the cardio sessions to be that demanding and fatiguing that it was going to impact his weight training sessions, which is always going to be the most important part of your fat loss transformation, because you don't want to just lose weight, you want to lose body fat. You don't want to lose weight, you want to drop body fat and maintain and build muscle. So that's why we don't want the cardio sessions to be that demanding on the body that's going to start affecting your ability to perform in the gym. Because once your strength starts going in the gym and your performance starts to dip, that's when you start to lose muscle as well as body fat, and you just end up looking like a smaller version of yourself, and we don't want that, lads. We don't want that, okay? So we threw in 5 15-minute cardio sessions on an incline treadmill or a Stairmaster, okay? Working within that 130 to 150 beats per minute. And then with Adrian, because he does have a busy schedule, what he could commit to was 4 training sessions a week. So he ran an upper body, lower body split to make sure that we're hitting each muscle group twice a week, because again, frequency is going to play a big role when it comes to building muscle, okay? So that was the setup. That was the setup from day one. And then we'd come up with the plan to make progress. So in week 1, and I'll do this with all my clients, is we cement the routine. Think about this as if you're building a house, you would lay the foundations first, okay? You don't want to be building on sandy foundations. And again, you don't want to be starting a fat loss transformation without having the habits in place first. So week 1, I'm not really too arsed about dropping body fat in week 1. I just want to, but we will drop body fat just with cementing the routine. But the first week, I just wanted him to get the routine cemented. So hit his 4 gym sessions, get his 12k steps done a day. So essentially, just get the setup in place. Like, get us into a good position so we can start throwing off some of this body fat. So once Adrian got all of that nailed down, he got his routine laid out. He filled in his Google Calendar, his battle plan on how we're going to continue out each week. That's another thing I do with all my clients. We get a battle plan on when we're going to be training, when we're going to be doing our meal prep, our steps, even like when you're working, when you're going to be commuting. So then each week you've got a clear plan on what to follow. You know when you're training, you know when you're in work, and it just becomes a thing of you just have to execute on a daily basis, okay? There's none of this like, will I train today? Will I not? Oh, when will I prep my meals? I don't have time now. No, we've got a system in place. We've got the battle plan laid out, and he just had to execute, okay? So after week 1, he executed to a T. And that just brought us into a perfect, productive stage so we could start chasing down fat loss. So The goal with Adrian was to drop 2 pounds of body fat per week because, again, we wanted to pull the body fat off fairly quickly. So we pulled off around 32 pounds here. And when the weight would stall, so like let's say for example he didn't lose any weight this week or only dropped like half a pound, we were like, I'd come in and be like, okay, our rate of loss, our goal is to drop 2 pounds per week. We haven't dropped 2 pounds this week, so moving into the following week, we're going to make an adjustment. And the first adjustments we always made was we were driving up cardio because, again, this is a low-hanging fruit. His calories were already on 2,400 calories, so I didn't really want to be pulling them in week 4 down to 2,200 and to 2,000. I wanted to keep food as high as I possibly could, just so he could keep his performance high in the gym. Because once the food comes down, that's when the energy starts to dip that bit lower, and his performance in the gym starts to dip. And especially when his cardio was so low at the start, we were only doing 5 15-minute sessions. We had a lot of room there where we could increase the cardio, have that extra amount of calories burned before pulling from food. So each week when the body weight stalled, I was just increasing his cardio. The first adjustment I made was I brought the cardio from 5 15-minute sessions, and I brought that up to 7 15-minute sessions, okay? So we increased it to daily. Then after that, we just slowly incremented the cardio by 10 minutes daily. So it went from 7 15-minute sessions to the 7 15-minute sessions to 7 25-minute sessions to 35 minutes, all the way up until we got to 40 minutes pretty much, okay? And then from there, once it started to affect his routine as well, because as I said, Adrian's a busy lad. Like, he works full-time job, commuting like an hour each day. So we didn't want him to be spending as much time in the gym. So once it started to affect his routine, that's when we started pulling from food. Again, that's the beauty about working with a coach. It's customized and it's tailored towards your routine, okay? So once it started to affect his routine slightly, we kept cardio standardized in at the 7 40-minute sessions, and then we started to pull from food. So the first adjustment we made from food is we'd pull calories down by 150, okay? And we started, because when we started Adrian off, we had him up on like 46 grams of fat. So the first adjustments we were making, we were pulling the calories from fats until we got down to 30 grams. I wouldn't pull anyone below 30 grams unless it was maybe like the last week or two of a fat loss phase, just because fats are going to play a vital role in hormone support and function. So we want to keep them at a nice baseline spot there at 30 grams. Once we got to that 30 grams and the calories had to come down again, the next adjustment we made was removing the calories from carbohydrates. So again, 150 calories at a time. Once the weight stalled, like once we weren't losing that 2 pounds a week, because again, we wanted to keep the show on the road, we wanted to keep everything moving at a good pace, okay? And the most simplest part ever, like you could say, oh, what other adjustments do you have to make? That's the only thing we had to do. Just rinse and repeat that, okay? So the calories got down to like 1,800 by the end of it, but we just rinse and repeated this process until we got him down to the stage where he was cut up, where he was lean, okay? So if you're in a position now where you're up at 25% body fat, that's the whole system you have to follow. Get the 2 pounds off each week. If you hit a bit of a plateau, wait a week, like run the change for a week, and then if you hit a plateau, that's when you either increase your cardio or decrease your food, okay? And then just rinse and repeat until you get to your desired body fat. Now, the mindset you need, because it's all well and good being like, just follow this, but a lot of the main struggle you're going to have is your mindset, okay? So the main thing I'll say is like you need to build the momentum, okay? So the first week is always going to be the hardest. That's why I always say we're going to build a habit first. So what I want you to think of this whole process is going to be like, it's going to be like this. You're going to be, for the first 4 weeks, you're going to be like this guy here, pushing the boulder up the hill, okay? Because it's going to be hard getting the habits in place, getting the routine in place, getting it dialed in. But once you have it to the top of the hill, it's all smooth sailing. There's a flat surface there, and you can just push that boulder with ease. Once you pick up the momentum and get 4 to 5 weeks in of just being locked in, ticking all the boxes, doing all your gym sessions, nailing the meal plan, nailing the steps, nailing the cardio, it just becomes automatic. It becomes automatic, and it's so much easier. When a rocket is taken off, it uses 80% of its fuel just getting out of the Earth's atmosphere. And then once it's out, it only uses 20% to go to wherever the fuck rockets go, okay? So that's the same way it's going to be for you at the very beginning, okay? It's going to be tough at the start, but once you get a bit of momentum going, it's going to be easy, okay? Now, the next thing you need to do, you need to understand your why. So you have to realize, say for Adrian, he had to answer at the very beginning. What are the consequences of getting abs? Why do you want to get abs? How is your life going to be better? Like, say right now you could be sitting at home being like, oh, I'd love to have a six pack. Why? You could say, oh, so I look better. Why? Oh, so I have more confidence. Why? Like, why do you want more confidence? Oh, so I'm more comfortable in social interaction, so I can get more girls, so I get more compliments. Whatever it is, whatever your why is, so you can be in good shape, so you can be a role model for your kids, so you can run around the garden with your kids, so you have more energy. Whatever it is, you have to write down why you want it. Because if you don't know why you want something, you're not going to do it. It'd be like me saying, I want to be a Formula 1 driver. Why? Oh, be nice. Okay, I'm not going to fucking do it, am I? You have to have a strong why. And then what are the consequences of you not getting abs? If you continue down this path, let's say for Adrian, he was in a bit of a slump. He wasn't happy where he was. If he continued down that path, it would have taken him twice as long to get in shape. Like, there's such thing as good momentum and bad momentum. Bad momentum is when you get in a rut, you get stuck in your ways, and then it's so much harder to break free. It's like a tree. Like, say if you first planted a tree, within the first couple of weeks, you'd pull it relatively easy, because the roots wouldn't have gone that deep. But if you leave that there for 5 years, good luck trying to pull that tree out, because its roots will have gone down so deep you won't be able to pull them out. So that's what you have to realise as well. If you do not make this change now and become this 2.0 version of yourself that has abs, that looks very good, that looks after himself, that has a high standard for himself, life is only going to get worse, okay? And you have to realise that. And the biggest thing I'll say here, this is why I'm so big and hard on the habits, like why I'm saying you have to ingrain the habit so it becomes automatic. Show me a man's habits and I'll show you his future. If a man is going to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, he's hitting his 10,000 steps a day, he's sleeping 8 hours a night, he's drinking 4 litres of water a day, he's got a positive mindset, that man is going to be successful, okay? Now, flip that on his head. Show me a man who doesn't train, who doesn't hit 10k steps a day, doesn't drink water, he's probably going to be miserable, he's going to have no confidence, he's going to have low self-esteem, his life is going to be very hard to improve, okay? So, majority of your problems are going to be solved by you just getting in fucking shape, okay? So that's what you really need to remember. Understand your why. Why do you want to get in shape? What are the consequences of getting in shape? How's life going to be better? And what does life look like if you keep going down a path of just settling for a mediocre? Actually, I'm not in too bad of shape. There's people worse. Yes, there is people worse. But you really want to be comparing yourself to people who are at the bottom of the fucking barrel? No. So get the mindset right. Build the habits, and it's only a matter of time. The six-pack will come as a byproduct.